Ahoy! So I had a conversation with someone the other day who asked me, hey Louise, do you ever feel like you're not from here? And I looked at them and I was like, heck yeah, I feel like that a lot. And he goes, oh, I'm so glad I'm not alone. And I was like, no, of course you're not. And he goes, I didn't realize other people felt this way. And I was like, oh my God, there are so many of us out there feeling like this. Sometimes I feel like I'm this weird, crazy alien. Like everything is really foreign and nothing quite feels like it's home. But no one really wants to have a conversation about it, because who wants to go up to someone and be like, hey, do you ever feel like you're not from here? Because that would be weird. But then he said, what do you do to cope with that feeling of knowing you're not from here? So this is a video to answer that question. My first piece of advice would be find things that make you feel more at home. Now, home is different for a lot of people. Some people may be like, well, it's just like the house I live in. That's home, right? For some people, that kind of is all there is to it, and that's perfectly okay. For others, home can feel like the stars and the galaxies, or forests and rivers, or some people just can't really put their finger on it, but it's a feeling that comes over you. When I get really, really homesick, I like to surround my things with things and people that make me feel more at home. The things I start doing include meditating, energy healing, tarot cards, kind of anything with that spiritual vibe that reminds me of my true essence as a soul. Now I know that this is probably going a little bit crazy, weird, woo-woo. Please stick with me through this. I also like to spend a lot of time in nature. Being around trees and waterfalls and beautiful places outdoors makes me also feel more at home and at ease. Now the other thing I mentioned was finding people who feel the same way as you. You know those people who you see them and they just feel familiar, but you can't place it. And you're like, I know you. I know you from somewhere. You feel familiar. And I've had a few people who are my really close friends who, when I'm with them, I just feel home. I understand that maybe you don't have anyone like that in your life, but another good thing to do would be put it out to the universe, be like,
yo, universe, I really need some people I can vibe with on this level of feeling like we're not at home. So if you could just send them my way, that'd be sweet.
And the universe would be like,
yo, I'll hook you up. I got your back.
And trust that those people will come into your life, and they will. It's really that easy. And if you don't believe me, click back on my other video which talks about the law of attraction and creating your own reality. Bonding with those kind of people makes you feel less crazy and more at ease. To be able to have a conversation that you can get so real with and be like, yo, I don't feel like I'm from Earth. This is what feels like home to me. Where do you feel like you're from? Like, what makes you feel more at home? Opening up that conversation and being able to connect on that level is priceless. My final piece of advice would be uncover your purpose, because on some level your soul already knows what your purpose is. You just have to uncover that. Once you do uncover your purpose, if you make it your mission to take one step every single day to get closer to fulfilling your purpose, your life all of a sudden becomes a lot meaningful, and having this weird human experience becomes a lot easier. You are in this world at this very moment for a reason. When you have that feeling of wanting to go home, sit with it and feel it, but remind yourself that you chose this human experience for a reason and you have to stick it out. I really hope that this video has been helpful to those who need it at this time. I'd really like to have you guys leave a comment below if you've ever felt like you're not home and what you do to cope, because everyone does things differently. And maybe your piece of advice will really resonate with someone and you'll be able to help them out. As always, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Feel free to like and share this video with friends that you feel might resonate with it, and also subscribe so you don't miss any content that is coming up. If all else fails, buy a cat. They're pretty great. Please don't hurt me.